So as we talk about the topic of electric bikes and air quality, I'd like to invite our next panelist, Will Toor. Will, can you talk a little bit about when the Colorado Energy Office determined that e-bikes could really play a role in being a strategy towards air quality? And what impacts are you hoping to see from the program?
When we began working on e-bikes, it really did come out of the pandemic. And early in the pandemic, we were seeing, all of these impacts on communities. We were seeing public transit service getting cut, and many people during the height of the pandemic being uncomfortable riding public transit. We were very concerned about what that would mean for low-income workers who relied on transit being able to get to work. We were also, at the same time seeing all of the impacts on small businesses and restaurants. And there was really a conversation between our Department of Environmental Health, the Energy Office, and then Shoshana Liu, who runs our Department of Transportation, in which we sort of jointly came up with the idea of doing an e-bike pilot program and doing a Main Street pilot program to support repurposing street space in downtowns from vehicles to things like restaurants and pedestrian and bicycle use. That has since grown into a much larger program where many millions of dollars all across the state are going to community transformations to make spaces more walkable and bikeable and sort of friendly to people. And then was really interesting to see the way that the e-bike pilot has also led to a much larger program. I think what we immediately saw once we started the program was how much people love e-bikes. We work on a lot of different issues, and I'm not sure that there's anything else that we've worked on that has gotten as much sort of instant and positive community reaction as working on e-bikes. And that then gave us the sense that, boy, we could do something on a much larger scale than the mini pilot. So we immediately moved to a somewhat larger pilot program that was working with organizations in Pueblo, Fort Collins, Denver, Boulder, and the northern metro area to work with community organizations to help get e-bikes to low-income Coloradans. Coming out of that, we then had the sense of, again, we could be doing something much larger than this. And really sort of two ideas emerged from that. One was building e-bikes into a transportation infrastructure package in 2021. The legislature did a large transportation funding package that included creating 3 new transportation electrification enterprises that are funded by fees on rideshare like Uber and Lyft and fees on residential delivery like Amazon delivery. And one of those enterprises, the Community Access Enterprise, which is managed by the Energy Office, is focused both on building out electric vehicle charging infrastructure, but also in supporting equitable access to electric vehicles. And we feel like e-bikes are a component of that. So that will actually provide a long-term and growing funding source that we will be able to use for e-bike programs that are serving low-income Coloradans. Then in 2022, Governor Polis proposed a really transformational air quality investment package, overall hundreds of millions of dollars investment in air quality programs. And one of those programs is the e-bike rebate program. So $12 million, of which about $1 to $2 million will be going to sort of growing some of these programs, working with community organizations on low-income e-bike access. And then approximately 10 million of it will be going to rebates to provide low and moderate income Coloradans easier access to e-bikes. We're in the process of designing that program and haven't yet set the final rebate amounts, but anticipate that we'll be launching that program early in 2023.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Will. We're grateful for your leadership around electric bicycles and multimodal transportation, and looking forward to seeing that program when it comes out next year.